At the start of Rogue One, a Star Wars story, Jyn Erso is found by the Rebel Alliance at an Imperial labor camp on Wobani. We spend a matter of minutes on the planet without learning much, so I thought it would be good to talk about everything we do know thanks to the book Rebel Rising. Jyn was imprisoned there in the first place for actually helping the Empire. Her experiences with Saw Gerrera's partisans led her to become apathetic towards the rebellion and the Empire. She felt that both sides of the conflict were harmful to the galaxy and that the best course of action was to keep her head down and avoid them both. Unfortunately, she had made somewhat of a name for herself as a talented forger and did some freelance work to help an Imperial officer get out of debt. She was then forced by an admiral to either go to prison or infiltrate and betray a small rebel cell. She helped catch the rebels, and when her job was done, the admiral had her arrested and sent to Wobani anyway. Jyn was kept there for 6 months before her rescue. Every day was the same. The alarm would wake her, she would eat a ration cube, she would be assigned her work, she would be taken to work by a turbo tank, she would work for 15 hours, she would return to her cell, she would eat another ration cube, and she would sleep. The warden and other prison officials were careful with the work assignments. They would not schedule the same people to work on the same assignments for multiple days in a row. This made it more difficult for friendships or possible uprisings to be organized. Work assignments included farming, small parts manufacturing, large parts manufacturing, and more. Stormtrooper armor was rumored to have been produced on Wobani, but Jyn never saw any evidence of it. On at least one occasion, Jyn worked on a large number of armor plates and wondered what they were for. Presumably they were for the Death Star. Farming was the most coveted job as it meant working outdoors, but the planet itself was cold and gray. The sun's light rarely reached through the thick layer of clouds across the sky. Organic workers were obviously less efficient and less accurate than a droid labor force would have been. Droids were actually the main working force on most of the planet. The sentient laborers imprisoned there were given a very small percentage of the work that the Empire found to be negligible. The work was simply meant to keep the prisoners busy and downtrodden. Even so, any worker that fell behind on production would receive a mark. 3 marks would mean the prisoner would be taken to the mysterious and dreaded top level. We currently don't know what that truly meant. As expected, the Empire used fear as a motivator in the prison, executing prisoners as they saw fit. One of Jyn's cellmates attempted to escape and was instantly shot. Hope was almost non-existent, and prisoners taking their own lives was not uncommon. Prisoners of all sorts of crimes were sent to Wobani, from families to hardened murderers. Jyn's final cellmate was a murderer that planned to kill her for seemingly no reason on the very day that Jyn was rescued by the rebellion. And that's currently everything we know about the labor camp on Wobani. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.